Hi guys, and welcome to another replay. It is a tier 8 game, and I'm in a tier 7, the Haida, or Haida, who knows. It is a fairly new destroyer, and it's pretty good at killing other destroyers, but not so good at other things. For example, it only has 4 torpedoes. So killing ships with torpedoes, well, obviously yes, it can be done, but it's not something you're going to be doing all of that much, really. I guess I should say, yeah, I think I did something wrong when I recorded this. I think it's a free camera view the whole way through, so if I appear to be shooting somewhere I'm not actually aiming, like now, it's just because of the replay. It's not that I'm hacking or otherwise. It's a little bit confusing. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Anyways, that guy there is using radars, so even though there's a smoke screen between me and him, he can see me. And that is painful.
The ship is on fire.
So, his radar is out. Thanks God for that. More incoming shells. Also on fire, please. Oh yeah, thank you. Ooh, more. No, don't hit this. Okay, good stuff. Anyways, as I was saying, you only have one torpedo launcher. It has 4 torpedoes. It does come with a little special thing, I suppose, that you can either launch all 4 in one go, or you can fire them individually, which I suppose is fairly nice, especially if you manage to get in close, so you can really plant for it in the side of a battleship. But if for some reason you only fire, let's say, 3, next time you switch to torpedoes, you will only have 1, and then you will have to use a minute and God knows what to reload all 4. That's a bit unfortunate. I'm not sure what can be done about that, but well, obviously you can just remember to fire all torpedoes, but other than that. I know in World of Tanks there are some new tanks these days where they have, I think, 3 shells loaded, but as soon as you fire the first one, it will start to reload. So, based on that, could have something like the same mechanism here that would make life better. And yet again, I am detected by radar. And there's a a destroyer over there. She's landing a hit, so we can probably expect torpedoes. Not sure who the hell, maybe the guy behind the island. Yeah. But anyways, while we are shooting at these guys, oh well, the guns, they are pretty good. You only have 3, well, they all come with 2 barrels, so technically that means that you have 6. And they do hit fairly hard with HE, so that's why you're good at killing all destroyers. But it doesn't really help you that much against cruisers or battleships. The fire chance is pretty low, I think 5%, which is fairly standard on a destroyer these days. Range is fine, but killing battleships is really a pain in the behind. I mean, of course you can do it, but it takes time. Or you have to get lucky with your torpedoes. Your torpedoes come with an 8-kilometer range, which is fine. You can get the detection down to 5.7, which is pretty damn good. And if you're playing tier 7 or below, you will normally detect people before they detect you. You should have a better detection range than anybody else. But higher tiers, some ships will see you before you see them, which can be a problem. But again, tier 7 ships have radar, starting around tier 7. And yeah, it's very unhealthy. Some people really like this ship. I'm not too convinced. I mean, it's not bad, definitely not bad, but I just feel like it's lacking a lot. With all the radar, unless you get into a game without radar, and let's say there's a tier 7 game and there's only 1 radar present, it's on the other side of the map, yeah, you can do really well. I mean, few worries, but really the playstyle for this is you have to get into the cap and, well, hopefully destroy destroyers. But even that, you're rarely going to do that without taking damage. What does that mean? Well, it means that, okay, you run into the first destroyer, you deal some damage to him, but unless he's crap, he's going to take off at least half your health. So next time you run into a destroyer, you're likely to die. It's a very dangerous playstyle. So, yeah, good game. I think this has been, or was one of my best games I played. But still, there's nothing spectacular. I have done much better on other destroyers with better torpedo options, even slower torpedoes. If only this thing had one more torpedo launcher, that would make me so much happier. The range could stay the same, but yeah, I just feel like it's lacking something. If you get to endgame and you're like last guy standing against 3-4 ships, you might as well forget about it unless we're talking destroyers with 100 hit points. Or ships in general. Because there's no way in hell you're going to get them with your torpedoes. So, yeah, it's a bit lacking in some areas, I would say. But at the same time, it can be fairly fun. So, let's see. We are losing, sadly. We've lost 5 ships, they have lost 2, so behind. Anyways, I'm lobbing shells over this island. The shells behave much as the American, both cruisers and destroyers. We've lobbed them up fairly high, which is okay when you're in this kind of position. I can actually hit the guy there. That did me good. Salvo anyway. Russian destroyers would not be able to hit more Japanese, I believe. Well, I've only done 20,000 damage so far, and no fires or anything else. Or at least they could have increased the fire chance. 8% maybe instead of 5. If you're shooting at a battleship that has any kind of anti-fire skills, modules, yeah, you're not likely to set any fires. So there is that. Well, depressing. And we're doing damage to this guy, not sure. Set a fire. Still not penetrating, not doing any direct damage. But well. There's a cruiser, he has less armor, so let's see if we can do something against him. The guns are pretty fast, I think it's 4.5. The reload, not spectacular good, but still decent. And basically no destroyer at this tier will want to go one-on-one with you. Higher tiers, well, that's different. I don't think I would want to meet a Fletcher in this thing. Not saying that you can't win, because the HE damage is pretty good, but another fire. But still, they tend to fire faster, have more hit points and whatnot. So, yeah, the lower tier, no problem. You can eat them like nothing. Anyways, we have lost more ships. They have lost more as well, but not losing ships fast enough. Anyways, at this point, I'm like, yeah, they're probably going to come for our cap soon, so being down south is not going to help protect the cap. So I decided to go back. And that cruiser there just took a nasty hit, but I'm launching the torpedoes because I'm guessing he will come around. But based on his hit there, I think he changed his mind, so going to miss completely with those torpedoes. And I can enjoy like a minute and a half of reload time. I'm spotting, what the hell? And there's a destroyer. I barely see him, but he is there. And surprise, surprise, he had another torpedoes. Oh, sorry, he ate 2 torpedoes. That was a surprise. But we'll take it. So that was nice. A little surprise torpedo there. And I'm telling him that in the chat. Anyways, and I think the cruiser died. So we got 2 kills. Well, we're down to 4 ships, which is not ideal. 2 destroyers. Well, ooh, that guy's full health. And we're spread out. Well, sort of kind of spread out. I'm the only one over here. So if anybody is going to defend the cap, it's gonna be me. Oh well, I don't see anybody, but that is where I managed to lay down a smoke screen, so you never know if somebody's going to pop up from there. Speaking of popping up, there's a guy. Yes, I did detect him first. I don't think I have the concealment ability yet. Well, I have them now. 10-point captain. I got a couple of good hits into him. And he definitely took some damage fast. So you can see how good the guns are. The guns don't turn as fast as I would like. I don't have that skill yet. But without it, it's definitely fairly slow. So you sometimes have to anticipate where they're coming from before you can actually get some shots off. Or at least so you have them pointed in the right way, so you can use your detection to get off a salvo or 2 before they return fire. I'm a little bit like, where is he? Which way are you coming around that island? Where is he? And detected, and there we go. So, he hit me for almost no damage. And hit him again. Oh, battleship. He can see me. Come on, go undetected. Please. I should be turning back. He's capping. But I don't want the battleship to see me doing that, but we don't have much of a choice here. So friendly battleship is coming back to help, which is very nice. And I'm guessing that's the one telling me to turn in. Well, it's fairly obvious. Let's see if we can make his life hard. Nearly 3,000 damage, took out steering engine. 2,200. He's firing on a piercing. Not sure why. So, died fairly quick and I got him 2 torpedoes. Just for the overkill effect. So, sitting behind the island, might as well just sit here and lob shells over. And we've actually pushed it back, so we're winning now. They have 2 ships left, we have 4. So it looks like we're going to win. Who knew? So I'm asking my battleship buddy there to spot him because I can't see him anymore. I'd rather not go out and get shot at. Oh, another thing that is worth mentioning here is the smoke screen. Each puff of smoke doesn't last very long, but it keeps puffing for quite a bit of time. So a good strategy here is when you pop smoke instead of just sitting there, you just put them 1/4 forward and you will just chuck along and puff smoke and you will stay concealed. Which is a very nice strategy. It sometimes makes it easier to hit you with a torpedo. Everybody knows that smoke screen is a torpedo magnet. But if you're moving forward, they have to also guess whether or not you're going to continue moving or just stop and sit. You also have hydro on this thing. It's not very good to be honest, but hydro is hydro. So if you are in your smoke screen, you can pop it and it will have a bit extra time to avoid incoming torpedoes. But it does have some tools to take advantage of. So I guess it's overall an okay ship, but the role it's supposed to play, I'm not too comfortable doing that. But maybe that's just me. I'm guessing other guys are better at that role. But yeah, these days with all the radar, you have to be very careful before you push too hard into a cap or otherwise. If not, you will get deleted very, very early. But well, I'm guessing endgame, like what we did here the last couple of minutes, it's actually pretty good because you do have torpedoes, your concealment is great, you do a lot of HE damage. So, yeah. But well, we won. So, if we look at the results, 400,000 credits, that is very neat. There are some multipliers in there, so we'll return to that. And now for the big number, almost 12,000 experience. But before you get too excited about this, it's because it came with a XP boost, as you can see down there. So it's 200 or 300% extra. So that's why the number is a bit inflated, and I think I was running a flag or two. But still, the game was okay. 66,000 damage, killed 3, defended the cap, spotted some. So yeah, not a bad game, but normally wouldn't get that much experience out of it though. Looking at the two teams, I came in second, but really close to number 1. But still, 1722 base experience, and I would say, like, well, us 5 guys here in the top, we had fairly good games, above 1,000, and 3 of us above 1,500, so definitely good. And the other team, yeah, nothing too spectacular, I think, but well. Looking at the damage done, mostly guns, 40,000 with guns, 2 torpedo hits for grand total of nearly 10,000, and about 16,000 from fires. Nothing too spectacular there, but well, spread out my damage to a bunch of different ships, so I shared the love. Nothing too interesting here, I would say. And looking at experience and credits earned, multipliers. After paying taxes, 367 earned. It is with premium account, so you can make that 232 if you don't have premium. And combat missions, yeah, plus 200%. So that's almost half the experience I earned. And the other modifiers, a couple of flags. And a daily bonus there, 50%. So that's why it's a fairly good amount of experience. But yeah, that is the Haida, and I don't want to say that I regret getting this ship, but I don't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I like to be aggressive in my destroyers, but it's just very dangerous. You will often find yourself back in port in a couple of minutes. But well, it is what it is. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, bye bye.